All right, you heard from the coaches, Michael Bradley, Josh Beatty, kickoff at 7. Highlights tonight.
All right, Andy, thank you so much.
With all the changes here at Vaught Hemingway, the thing fans will probably notice most is this: natural grass for the first time since 2002. You know, this part of the country is known for storms called nor'easters. Nor'easters are swift and powerful storms that dump inches of snow or rain on wherever they fall. Well, why do I say all this? It's really the best analogy to what we witness here in Bridgeport. UConn started the game on a 34-4 run, led 61-12 at halftime, and after the game, Vic Schaefer said he might as well have been playing a pro team. The reviews are in and people are digging Last Chance U, the 6-part Netflix documentary that focuses on the EMCC football program. Last Chance U was released early this morning. Filming for the documentary took place last fall. I followed the crew around as they captured EMCC's September 17th game at Northeast. The Hogs looked to rebound after a 49-30 home loss to Alabama on Saturday. Unfortunately, the bye week wasn't without incident. Over the weekend, Chad Kelly was again in the national spotlight for the wrong reasons. Yesterday, the Kansas City Chiefs took Houston's Chris Jones in the second round. Today, the former Hilltopper returned home. WTVA was the only television station present as Chris Jones made his way via limousine down Highway 8 with a police escort. Earlier this week, Starkville native and former NBA player Travis Outlaw was arrested. The Columbus Dispatch reports that Outlaw was arrested Tuesday after a grand jury indicted him on a felony marijuana charge.
My daddy, he was a star. He was a star.
That was Natalia Davis talking about her father, the late Fred Davis. Calvin Fred Davis died yesterday at the age of 76. Fred Davis became the first black coach at Tupelo High School when it integrated in the fall of 1969. And the Oscar goes to Morgan Freeman for his performance on the snowball fight cam at last night's Murray State Ole Miss game. The legendary actor showed off his improvisational skills. I mean, look at him pretending to wipe off snow that's not really there. With acting chops like that, you can see why he's been nominated for 5 Academy Awards. Brilliant.
I think that's the best he's ever done.
Better than Driving Miss Daisy,
Oh, yeah.
Invictus,
Of course.
Shawshank, right there on that snowball cam.
It's enough. It's enough.
I think Bernie Sanders said he's got to pay his fair share. He's got to serve those Gabes. No, I don't know about that, but that's sports. We're back after this. A minute into the first round, Woods lands a body shot, and down goes Big Worm. Down goes Big Worm. Jamal Woods is your winner by knockout. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. There's a look at sports. We're back after this. This is video from the 50 and over division. I dare you to call him a senior citizen. Word on the street is John DeLusick is already training for next year's event. Is that right, John?
Well done.
There's sports. We're back after this.
We're talking about practice, man. I mean, how silly is that?
Hey, John, what are we talking about?
Practice.
Practice. Never gets old. That's the Sports Wrap. We'll talk to you again tomorrow at 4:30 a.m. Good night.
Well, look at there.
Too late for me to enter the contest? Too late?
I
Come on,
think
baby.
so.
There ain't nothing but a hound dog.
Special mention on Andy Lee, you know.
Welcome into the Sunday Sports Wrap. I'm Andy Lee. Lately, it seems like we can't escape bad or tragic news. Tonight, I have a story that will remind you all of the good in humanity. Powerlifting. That word conjures up images of men with Herculean strength lifting obscene amounts of weight. Drake West doesn't fit that image. This 21-year-old from Amory refuses to be solely defined by his physical condition.
I have cerebral palsy. Mentally, it really doesn't do anything to me. Physically, I cannot walk, and I only have one good side, and it's my left side.
4 years ago, a chance encounter at a popular store piqued Drake's curiosity.
I went to Walmart one day, and I was like, I seen this big guy at the paint counter, and I said, I want to be like him one day.
That man is Joe Morrow, a local bodybuilder who encouraged Drake to get into the gym and now serves as his trainer. Morrow couldn't make this competition at Premier Athletics in Tupelo, but there is always someone willing to go the extra mile for Drake. On this day, friend and fellow powerlifter Eric Whitfield stepped up to the plate.
Known Drake for 4 years. Very unique guy.
he's a person that's a living proof that, you know, the only limitations are the limitations we place upon ourselves.
Before each lift, Drake and Whitfield have an intense ritual that begins with a dusting of chalk to dry off Drake's powerful left hand. Eric then wraps Drake's left wrist so tight that the circulation to his hand is nearly cut off. Drake must then be lifted onto the bench. Now it's go time. Drake is attempting a personal best bench press of 45 pounds. He clears it with ease, and the crowd goes wild. But it hasn't always been like this, especially when he first started.
I've heard it all, man. I've heard, oh, you're gonna get hurt. I don't want to see you up under this kind of weight. What did the doctor say about this? That doesn't cross my mind when I'm up under the weight. All I'm worried about is doing what I'm told. and doing the attempt that I'm attempting.
That mindset has worked well for Drake. At this American Powerlifting Association sanctioned event, he benched 45 pounds and deadlifted another 65 for a total of 110 pounds. He weighs just 90 pounds.
It's nothing impressive. It will never be because of one hand, and you know, people with both hands can do a lot more.
Drake's right in one regard. On paper, his numbers will never catch your attention, but watching him in action certainly will. Ray Williams, the ICC assistant football coach, who has shattered powerlifting records worldwide, sees it differently.
I just think it's awesome that a kid pretty much is born to the circumstances that he is, and he still, you know, beats the odds and still gets to the gym, still trains, still works his tail off, and is actually able to break world records and compete.
There is one sad note to Drake's inspirational story. His dedication earned him an invite to October's World Powerlifting Association Championships in Portland, Oregon, in the Paralympian division. Unfortunately, he currently lacks the funds to make the trip. He has set up a GoFundMe account to help with expenses. If you'd like to help, you can find the account at GoFundMe.com. Type in the search Drake West Goes to Worlds. You can also contact him on his Facebook page, Drake West Powerlifter. In July, we introduced you to Drake West, an inspirational young man from Amory. This 21-year-old refuses to be defined solely by what he can't do. Drake has become a motivational figure in the local powerlifting community. When we ran the story in July, he had already qualified for next week's American Powerlifting Association World Championships in Portland, Oregon, but he didn't have the funds to make the trip. The key word there is didn't. The people of North Mississippi came through in a big way. Drake received enough money through donations to pay for the trip to Oregon. He leaves on Thursday and will compete on Saturday. I caught up with Drake yesterday, and he has a message for everyone who helped him realize his dream.
Man, I just want to tell you thank you. Without you guys, this would not be possible. And if I cannot give you $1 back, I want to give you all the motivation that it will take you to live the rest of your life.
Best of luck to Drake and safe travels. If you want to keep up with him on his journey, you can follow him on Twitter at DrakeWest931 or look for the Mississippi Motivator on Instagram.